Hey guys, back again. Now these lines that you see in the screen, these TV style lines, such as the filter, so you can just ignore them. I was putting on there out of boredom. Anyways, I'm back again, here to make another Mac rant. Now I know there's gonna be Mac users out there ranting me out, but this video is not necessarily to hack on Mac. This is just to prove all these silly points that Apple makes. And these are quotes I'm about to read from Apple.com about things that they say Mac can do that Windows can't. So let's start off. Let's see what they have to say. Okay, here's a quote by Apple. What's inside a Mac? Only the most advanced operating system and a suite of software that's just brilliantly designed as the computer itself. It seems to me that Apple didn't really even create the Mac OS. All they did was take Unix. All Apple is just Unix with a flashy user interface. That's really all it is. They say that the OS is really brilliantly designed, yet it's a very limited operating system that can't do a whole lot. And they are right, it's just as brilliantly designed as the computer itself. The computer is non-upgradable, well, barely upgradable and limited as is. What they did really was take FreeBSD, make it slightly more user-friendly, add a dock, and make make their own programs. That's all they did. Alright, next quote. Let's see what we have here. Alright, here's another one. Lots of computers come with built-in cameras these days, but only a Mac comes with iChat software, lets you have a four-way video chat, give presentations, and even share your screen with people all over the world. Well, here's another problem. Just ask anybody. Then this is true. Just ask anybody that uses Instant Messenger or any form of IM on a daily basis. They'll most likely say something. They'll most likely say Windows Live Messenger or AIM, which is something everybody is using nowadays. Personally, I don't know anybody, not even one person, even Mac users that use iChat at all. In fact, lots of Mac users these days also use MSN. They use a program called Microsoft Messenger, which is a Mac version of Windows Live Messenger. Instant messaging has been something that computers have been able to do for a very long time. Besides, what could you possibly show to the world on your Mac? Your crappy iMovie project? Well, you can do it on Windows too, but it's a program. It's not even a chat program. It's a program called Network and Sharing Center, which is not only more professional, has a bit more features, looks nicer, and is better for showing things off. You can also share your Office 2007 documents and all that stuff too. A Mac regularly checks for updates to Mac OS X and any included Apple software that automatically downloads them. So really, a Mac gets better with age. Well, if that was the case, if that seriously is Apple's case, then explain Apple's older operating systems. Apple just ditches their old operating system to instantly switch out. Such as now at Apple, you only see Apple constantly talk about Snow Leopard. They don't talk about Leopard or Tiger or anything. Apple ditches their old operating system. They barely release any updates for it. Windows gives support for their OS a lot longer, such as Windows XP is actually still supported nowadays. And Windows 3.1 was actually still supported by Microsoft until what I believe 2001. Also, apparently, if Apple's saying this, they apparently don't know about Windows Update. It was released on XP. On Windows Vista or 7, absolutely anything Microsoft or Java related can be automatically updated using Microsoft a Windows Update. Also, another thing about Windows Update is it'll also know what the exact brand of your computer, even if it's not the original OS. Such as I have Windows 7 on here, I still get Toshiba updates for my laptop, so that's pretty cool. Email, web, and Microsoft Office. A Mac does everything for you. Well, that's funny. Email, that's been something to do that Bill Gates or whatever, like pretty much made the email in the 60s. Web, that's been. As long as there's been a modem, there's been web. PCs had web longer than Apple. PC's been around longer than Apple. And Microsoft Office? Why would you brag about being able to run Microsoft Office? A PC can do everything that you just said, including Microsoft Office, because they actually even invented Microsoft Office. Why would you brag about being able to do that? In fact, the PC versions are actually better than the Mac ones. Next one. The first time you use a Mac, you'll quickly discover the benefits of a single company making the hardware, software, and the operating system. Well, the thing is, actually, everything on a Mac's internal hardware is third-party, just like PCs. The only differences compared to a PC is that Apple or Steve Jobs just chooses the hardware that goes into the computers, and supporting their computers. In fact, they claim it's beneficial and stuff. Yet my teacher's 08 MacBook Pro has had 3 kernel panics in the last week in multimedia class. Any device connected connected to via USB, audio cable, or Bluetooth wireless technology will work with Mac. It also includes thousands of drivers, so you can start using these devices as soon as you plug them in. But my Dazzle capture card that was made in 2008 didn't work with any of the Macs at my school at all, and didn't work with iMovie, Instant Messenger, YouTube, photo booth, anything. It couldn't be used. I plugged in the computer, the light turned on, nothing ever popped up. The Mac never scanned it. It never showed up on the devices. The main problem about Mac is since drivers aren't released for Mac really, if something doesn't work on a Mac, you're probably never ever going to get it working unless Apple releases some update, which they're probably not going to do since Apple doesn't really care about third party. But with Windows, you can find online device software and drivers if it doesn't work, and you can get it working. And the funny thing is, same even goes with Linux. Linux has much better driver software than Mac, and that's not biased. That actually is true. And if a device doesn't work on Linux, you'll most likely get it working with driver updates or terminal. Or if not, you can have people on the Ubuntu forums help you, and because they know a lot about computers. A Mac also has Wi-Fi built in, and you can join wireless networks, even Windows networks, in just a few clicks. There's no configuration process or complicated setup. Like many things, the Mac does it all for you. PCs have had Wi-Fi for quite a long time. It's nothing new. Every computer has. Any PC can connect with Windows or Mac Apple networks too. In fact, at my friend's place, I've even used my Toshiba laptop wireless with the Apple Time Machine and the Airport Extreme, and it worked just as good as a Mac connected to it, if not better, and I could even back up to the Time Machine too. Also, there's no complicated setup on PC either. Just choose the network, click it, wait a few seconds, and you're connected. The versatility and power of Mac OS X makes it compatible in almost any environment, including Windows networks. It'll work with virtually all of today's digital cameras, printers, and other peripherals without the need to manually download separate drivers. It opens popular file types such as JPEG, MP3, and Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint documents. Well, hope you know that you don't have to download any codecs, any drivers, or absolutely anything for a PC to look at those. In addition, Mac OS X includes built-in support for the industry-standard PDF format. Oh, come on, PDF? You know how long PDF has been around? Man. Also, if you can't read it, you can also read it with Adobe Acrobat. How pathetic is Apple? I really do not know. So you can read and create PDFs on almost any application site. Perfect for sharing work qualities, whether you use a Mac or a PC. Yes, it's called Sync or Flash Drive. Ever heard of it? Yes, it takes you till 2009 and 2010 to do things that XP could do the day it came out. Well, to finish up this video, I have to say a PC can do anything that you can think of. It has been ahead of Mac for many years. Apple released the iPad, which is garbage, and HP released tablet computers several years ago, and it takes Mac until 2010 to finally even have a touchscreen thing at all. That doesn't include the iPhone. So really, all Apple does is point out the obvious features that the noob computer user won't pay much attention to. A Mac can run Windows. This is something Apple always talks about. A Mac can run Windows. So why would Apple brag about running an operating system they've constantly been hating on and slaughtering since PCs even came out? PCs can't run Mac because Apple made it illegal to run the Mac OS and to be installed on anything not Apple related. Also, another thing is Apple considers themselves advanced, but they never created a mobile OS such as Windows Mobile, and it's been out for a long time. And Windows CE in the 90s was made too. Microsoft has had a mobile operating system for a long time. And the iPhone doesn't count as having an OS. It's just it has its own interface, but not an OS. It's just a phone. It doesn't have an OS, and same with the iTouch. Well, finally I'm done. Hope this can sum everything up. Thanks for watching. I'll probably make more videos if I want to. Let's turn off my filter, and see you later.